Welcome back to the Artefactors unit. I'm your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, and today we are building the off-the-top rope box for the Bayou faction, the infamous keyword, just a bunch of luchador gremlins. We've got 4 models in the box. Our named luchador, Mancha Roja, this gentleman over here. That's 3 Wrestlers as our minion. To these 2 guys, and this one on the side. Here's our renders. Mancha Roja is using another gremlin as a weapon, and then our 3 Wrestlers looking very excessive. Fuck. Welcome back to the Artefactors Union. I am your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels. Today we are assembling the off-the-top rope box of the Bayou faction, the infamous keyword. This box contains 4 models. All of them luchadors. Our named luchador being Mancha Roja, this gentleman over here, and then 3 Wrestlers, these 2 gremlins, and then this one on the side of the box. Here's our renders. Mancha's up here wielding another gremlin as a weapon, and then these very excessive boys. Alright, let's look at the sprues. I think we've got a relatively simple build this time. Hooray. Been waiting for one of these. Here's Mancha. Nothing exciting here. And our 3 Wrestlers with slightly smaller pieces, but nothing we can't handle. So let's start with Mancha. We've got a body, so we've always got to start with the body. Except when we don't, which is very rare. This guy, we'll go ahead and add the legs onto him, and then the cape and his head. 2 halves of his head, sorry. And then we'll build the gremlin with the leg and the gremlin's head, and then we'll connect him to his arms. I guess I didn't put the arms in the order there, but we'll do the arms right before we do the gremlin, and we'll just attach the gremlin to the arms and call him good. Right? Right. Okay. Grab the body first. And here's our body, and we're going to go ahead and add the legs next. We'll go and do the right leg first, which is going to be the one that goes on this side. And as far as our sprue goes, that's going to be this leg, yeah. And then we'll add the left leg here. So this one and then this one. Here's our right leg and our left leg. And this is what it looks like from the back. The cape's going to be covering up this big old hole, but let's put the head together next. Actually, let's next do the cape, just because I'm relatively certain the head is going to connect to part of the cape. So I'll do the cape next, and then combine these 2 pieces of the head, and then glue that on top. Yeah. Big flowy cape. Here's the head. And yeah. I need the cape for that to stick in there. So let's add the arms next. Going where usual arm places go, over here and in here. They will be sweeping towards this direction. What else can I say to get you? And just again pay attention to the thumbs to figure out which is the right hand, which is the left hand. So this guy should be our right hand, and this guy will be our left hand. Arms, not too difficult to piece in there. You don't need to do them before the cape. So let's finish with our gremlin weapon. Take this gentleman, add his head, and this is his left leg, and then the right leg will be what glues into Mancha's arms. Body, head. There's that weird bridge on the top. I can't seem to get that to go away. Nothing painting or a bit of gap filler can't fix, but let's do the left leg. Our left leg. And now just add them on to Mancha, like so. Ha! All done. Yeah. Mancha Roja is completed. Not really any difficult part that I can think of. Just making sure that you get the right arm squeezed in there correctly, and the bits on the gremlin weapon. And they're a little bit small, but pretty simple. Let's move on. Okay, we're going to move on to the Wrestlers. Got three of them here. A, B, and C are 1, 2, and 3. I'm probably going to switch between those naming schemes, but let's go ahead and just start in that order with letter A. Like normal, grab the body, and then we will add the foot, do both of the arms, combine the two pieces of the cape, glue that to his back, do the collar, and then his head on top of the collar last. So grab that body. Here's our body. Let's go ahead and add that right foot there in the hole. Here's our right leg attached. That can get twisted out of place. Just make sure the toe is sitting right above the knee. Now, as far as our arms go, which is the next step, this is our left arm, and this is our right arm. Here's our left arm. Relatively difficult to screw that up. Now let's do the right. And our right arm. Ready to throw a punch. Alright, let's get started on the cape. We're going to combine these two pieces. You can see these notches here on the cape. It's going to correspond to the notches on this part of the cape. And I believe that will connect to the collar, and then that will all glue onto the top of the body, and we'll finish off the head. So let's combine these two pieces. Here they are, combined, looking like a flowing cape. Now let's grab that collar piece. Okay, you see this piece? We're kind of looking at the connection point for the cape. Cape will just go in kind of like that. And be careful putting the cape on if your cement hasn't cured, otherwise you might pop that out of place. But that's what our connection is going to be. Now let's just add it on to the body. There we go. And there is a nice little curve for the arm on the cape to use as a reference point. Let's look at him from behind and underneath just to get full view of all of it. Now let's put the head on. And there's the head and the angle you're looking for. All done. Wrastler number 1 is done. We're going to call him Gable. Yeah. Hardest part is, I guess, getting the angle on the right leg straight and making sure you don't accidentally squish the cape out of position, like two pieces of the cape, when you're adding it to the collar. And yeah, that's about it. Not too tough. Let's move on. On to our second Wrastler. I think this one's going to be even easier, possibly. We'll just grab the body, do the right leg, left arm, and then we'll add the chair to the right arm, glue the right arm on, and do the cape last. Like always, start with the body. This is our right leg, which we'll do first, and then our left leg, which we'll do next. Right leg, left leg, quick view from the back. Next few steps are going to be our left arm here, and then we're going to grab this stool and add it to the right arm before we attach the right arm to the body. Here's a left arm. Kind of a weird connection that the connection point that's attached to the body is effectively the gremlin's bicep, and then the part that we connect with the bit is really his tricep. It's weird, but yeah, that's what it looks like connected. Whoops. Alright. Anyways, let's add the chair together with the right arm. There are the two bits combined. You can see the connection point down in here. Yeah, he's just holding a stool. Now let's add that arm to the body. There we go. Well, it's pretty close to being done. Just gotta now do the cape, which just goes in on that connection point up top on his shoulders. That went just fine. All done. Wrestler number 2 is done. We're gonna call this one Dake. Yeah, hardest part is the left arm. Other than that, quite simple. That's really it. Let's move on. Okay, our last Wrastler and last model of the box. Interestingly enough, most of the bits are on the pig he's holding, then he himself. We'll grab the body, then the left foot, right foot, and the head, install those on, and then we'll assemble the pig by itself. So this half of the pig, this half of the pig. 3 of the 4 legs, behind leg, foreleg, the ears, and then once he's all assembled, we'll just plop him down on top of the guy's hands. Here's the body. And now a reminder on the legs. We've got the right foot and the left foot. Let's do them in that order. Our right foot. Now our left foot is in. Let's flip them over and go ahead and add the head. Now the head's done. Actually kind of hard to get in there and get right. Definitely use your X-Acto knife or whatever pokey stick you have to poke and prod it into place. Now let's just drop him and work on the pig. Start with adding the 2 halves of the pig's body together. Here is our horribly chopped up pig. Let's take a look at our sprue and get the last bits situated. Our back right leg / haunch is going to be this bit. The front right leg is going to be this one. The front left leg is this guy. And then our ears. Back right leg. Front right leg. And if you ever get the front and right and left leg confused, this was the one with the bigger connection point. You can kind of see the surface, the area that the bit takes up, and that this one has less space. Front left leg. And our ears. If you're confused which direction they go in, they're pointing forward towards the front of the head. Oof. Focus. Anyways, let's get them on the model. And the connection points to the hands are right there. You can see those holes. And he is pointed to our left. So we're looking at something like this. Really hard to do on camera. But I got it. Hey, he's done. Wrastler number 3 is done. We're going to call him Sanderson. The hardest part was the head, I guess. Yeah, the head. Jamming the head in. Other than that, relatively simple. Just a lot of pieces, and it's quite funny that most of the bits went to the pig, not the actual Wrastler. Let's wrap this up. Off the top rope is all done. We have a Mancha Roja, Wrestlers 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, not too terrible of a difficulty here. Notable hard parts is maybe Wrastler B's, or Wrastler 2's left arm. The head on Wrastler 3, Mancha didn't really have any difficult parts to him. And kind of making sure you don't fold the cape in half accidentally on Wrastler 1. But overall, pretty simple box. Anyways, I have been your foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, helping you build a better Malifaux.